the carry, yeah? Is Necro the carry or the Corp is the carry? I guess the Necro is the carry. Very interesting stuff here. So they want
This
the
is
Necro
a
into the
nice...
Slada off lane.
Yeah, but this is a really like a him thing. I know it's good into the Lynx offlane duo, but what is the Necrophos offlane's carry supposed to do really? Oh, Schofield, he's being real cheeky with the jukes. He's got an early boot, so I don't think they'll be able to chase him down. They're wasting quite a bit of time. Don't get the vision. Second blood grenade. Oh, he is juking his socks off, but still should get run down here. First blood actually taken by the Wind Ranger. So not really sure whether that's what they wanted, but they had...
You know, Tusk plus Luna, a lot of damage. You get so much damage from the tag team and the Luna Blessing.
Oh dear, Vladik. Top lane, blood grenaded. No more resources to work.
And I don't know if you go for an extra third point. I think usually second point is good enough to pressure the Koto. And you want to even make sure like the wards, you know, in the jungle are going to be there, you know, later to gank the Koto. They've already blocked
That
some of
was a big miscommunication between Schofield and Frank there. Pretty uncharacteristic. Winter, not sure whether you caught it, but he swashbuckled at the same time. Yeah, early game going really well for LYNX, and now they're turning towards Dark Mago. We talk about the 3-man rotation from SAR. Instead, it's from LYNX, and Kraker's ready to follow up. Got a beautiful shots, lining up the blast, a fairy fire, trying to keep Dark Mago alive. The last hit, they managed to finish him off. Even Frank TPing in can't save him. And in fact, Frank might be the next one being targeted as well.
And he's level 4, bro. Why is he even coming over?
I mean, even the aggression towards the mid-tier 1 tower continues. LYNX understand that they can push even deeper the second they take this tower down. Set up onto Dark Mago. Where's the backup? There's no Schofield in the vicinity to give him a disruption, and he'll just get cut down again. The lone defender from SAR for this tier 1 mid gets punished, and LYNX continue their rampage. The rooms. That's how rough it is right now.
I mean, they're trying to make another room on top, you know, they're moving top to try to gain space. But I mean, can they get in? It's a slippery fish.
Nah,
he just got his dagger. He has the dagger on the courier.
Oh, still managing to get the ult. Daytime vision working against him, but here comes the backup. Is the healing from the Koto enough? Vladik still surviving, but will get screamed down. Comes at a cost though. Schofield, nice dodge, but he won't be alive for long. Only Mellow Jewel actually TPing up here to try and help. The rest of LYNX seemed preoccupied somewhere else.
They're getting surrounded. Luna's behind.
Oh dear. Jesu through the twin gates gets himself a freebie and gets him still noted because of that corrosive haze that the Slaughter was able to get.
He's gonna die.
Silence. Need a save. Nice disruption. That should buy enough time for him to blink away. Ooh, down to the low ground. Back to safety. Rolling Thunder thought about, and Frank's gonna come through with his own blink. Nice little return play there. Looks like Vladik will be the recipient of the death. Looked like it was supposed to be a free kill onto Mago, but it ends up being a potential turnaround as well. Snowball, and look, they'll find themselves another. Scythe down, Wits with a double kill. Pretty nice reversal there.
Alchemist of some nature. If you're on equal terms with the enemy carry, you're gonna struggle. This is a very key fight here. Necro has to win this fight. South American rejects, they're gonna need this fight.
Rolling Thunder in, could get a steal off, but he's far too late on Frank. Decides to roll over to the left instead, but now he's going into the pit. Jesu might get bumped out if he's not careful.
Don't bump him out.
Yeah, don't bump him out. Eclipse comes out. 4-staff in. Jesu's feeling strong. Schofield disrupting himself to save himself on the front lines. Jesu still acting as the bouncer up front. Beautiful blinding light pushing Frank back. And so far, it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Crush up onto Wits. Manages to get the ghost shot, but the spell damage is overwhelming. Sonic Wave couldn't come out because of the Orchid, and Dark Mago will go down as well. Jesu, even though he loses that Aegis, it's a clean fight from LYNX. The flashy moves. But Shadow Demon, it feels a lot more calculated. It feels a lot more reliant on your team to set things up. And in that sense, I think South America Rejects might not have a draft that fits them very nicely. Here's a rollout, but it's an easy BKB from 7 Jesu. Schofield's just eliminated from the fight to start, and the rest just have to run. Yule's up for the setup, trying to save Wits. He is slow to a crawl, and they have themselves a dust. Nice Lotus. Nice roll. Get some revenge. Put a slice out onto Jesu. It's working out. South America Rejects able to use their Necro as a front line, and the big difference maker there was his own Lotus Orb, reflecting the snowball and allowing him to give chase. Just joining us, this is a lower bracket match. I think everybody came into this expecting South America Rejects to perhaps bowl over LYNX given the performances. But South America Rejects, they've struggled a lot in the early game, and they're only now starting to find a bit of footing. The execution is still really hard to pull off though. LYNX have so many more tools, and we'll see it come out. Schofield immediately going down, and Dark Mago to fall as well. It looks so easy, and yeah, into the Roche they go.
Rune bait, he wasn't ready to pop the illusion room on BKB when the Slada jumped in, or the Wind Ranger jumped in on Dark Mago. I felt like...
And then Frank didn't really get the memo. Now you'll get a disrupt, but the Gale Force pushing you back. Schofield again in some trouble. Again going to die. Nothing that can be done here, and the Lunar Illusions are very swiftly dealt with. Darkma goes back into the fray though, but instantly hexed up, having to be force-staffed back to safety. Scary business. Buyback from Schofield. They want to try and fight. Wits on the front line, using the Grow Shroud already, immediately nullified. That's a bit of a reveal there. You got to be careful. Crush in. Wits will be saved by the Schofield buyback. Here comes Dark Mago. Ready to let it rip, but he's getting ripped up himself. Dark Mago to the physical damage. He ain't got the armor. He ain't got a carry. He's got buyback with South America Rejects. Nothing left to really stand on. LYNX are just out team fighting them, out DPSing. And this long-form team fight that you're looking for with Necro Queen of Pain, it is not happening. LYNX are at your door with a 25k goal lead. They're gonna end this game, Winter.
Hey, Luna doesn't even have a worry, you know. Yeah, so Aegis still standing full health, about to pop Eclipse. And there's no way they have any damage to kill off any of this LYNX heroes right now.
And the BKB on the task just to keep himself safe.
Corp is your primary source of damage. Even the Necro doesn't feel like he's doing a lot, you know, in the team fight. It's not necessarily his fault, just the situation of the game, you know, just being so dire.
Yeah, this draft not working out for South America Rejects. They needed to crush the early laning stage, but they're the ones being crushed instead, literally. Here's the Slada, nullify the Queen of Pain, and the blast will finish off in the fountain. That is a morale crusher right there. As South America Rejects, this lower bracket, they have one last chance at making it to Dream League. The top 6 in...
Knock her down with the silence. The seal is amazing this game. I mean, again, you know, it's a very timing based thing, you know. Skyraft later, you're practically useless against TV, you know, in the mid-late game, you know. And then Team LYNX, they just focus on their draft integrity, just keeping their draft integrity. They're just playing.
Oh, there's no overgrowth, there's no real BKB piercing.
It's not worth it to do that because the Pango here still does a lot, even if you pick counter. So a lot of the teams, they just, okay, it's meanwhile 7 Jesu dies. So this is the start that South American Rejects needed. I mean, there's no game where I felt like I saw the Pango get countered and he can't do anything. You know, even in bad games you get countered, there's always a way to itemize around it to ensure that you have impact in the game. You know, that's why I think it is actually not worth it to put stock into countering a hero like Pango.
Sure, yeah. You just kind of have to outmaneuver him in the team fight. Speaking of outmaneuver, though, Schofield.
Maybe you can pick. Okay,
oh!
So Mago kills the co-op. So this is definitely the start they need. Everything.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Bot lane, full Firestorm onto Wits again. He had just selfed up and now he's low. Quaker showing up post-death, looking for a punish onto El Micho. But the Bat Rider happy to perhaps give up his life to maybe chase down Cubify. Not enough lingering damage from the smoldering resin. It looks like LYNX will be able to...
Bro, look at the amount of sentries. They placed 4 sentries in the lane. What the hell?
They have no idea. Meanwhile, 7 Jesu up here being chased down by Frank, but here's the response. Can the Slada get out, slowed by the Sticky? Still got them fused raindrops to work with, but he's so bloody tanky. Sonic Wave on Schofield, Meloju looking the other direction. They're not looking for Frank. They went for the easier kill, which means the Slada, I think he's just gonna walk away. Swashbuckle in, the Scream, it doesn't find him. He's still alive. The Illusion will finally die. What the hell did he die to? A Sticky Bomb?
Yeah, he got Sticky Bombed. Quicker finished the kill. Rolling
Here's Damago. Rolling on for more. They got the vision on the Terrorblade. Beep, beep. Here it come. You ain't got no Sunder. But you got some moves. You got some nice moves. I'll give you that. Still, the Swash will finish the job. Mago took him a while longer than he wanted it to be, but he'll be able to. We're 2k ahead at 5 minutes. They've doubled that lead, but 4k doesn't really feel quite as crazy at this juncture. LYNX still able to hang on to their areas on the map. Start with the instant rolling thunder, but ooh, around the tree line, El Micho, that was too obvious. And now Schofield will just get burned down instantaneously. Think about the Sonic Wave to try and push Dark Mago back. You got the TP in as well. Sonic Wave out to the side, forcing the rolling thunder out. We'll just try and commit onto Cubify. Vladix come in as well. I mean, the Bat Rider, he doesn't do enough damage just yet, especially if the Lotus helping him out. But the Bat Rider, he will have to sacrifice himself for that kill on the Hoodwink. It was supposed to be an easy setup on Queen of Pain, but it ends up being far messier than that. Okay, double. Ward's gonna get spotted. Mago will give away the vision. Frankly, faster. Jesu, again, in trouble, blown up. It's too much. Turns out, Skyref Mage Tiny, they're all the solutions that you need for the Terrorblade. He's never going to get to that big bad raid boss if he just keeps dying like this. Frank dies to a neutral creep. Not sure what that was about. Maybe just farming on a bit too low HP. Frank the donator.
Frank the feet.
Okay, we can go with that one if that's what you prefer. Cubify will get chopped down though. The Iron Nut left without an owner. Okay, well, Za don't need to do any wishing. They were in a bad state after game 1, but they've corrected some issues with the draft, or at least given themselves a bit more room to work with, given themselves some playmaking potential. Now it's working out pretty nicely. Big crush in, giving it over to Frank. Jules around though, looking for potential steal. Uh-oh. Here comes Cubify. Start of a bushwhack. Where's the Sonic Wave? Comes out a bit too late. Frank, he should be able to survive this. They toss him up and silence the Underlord. There's nothing he can do.
Vladik,
And now
no,
he'll get
Vladik.
run down. Vladik, no! Okay, well, at least he'll get a Firestorm off. That had the makings of something amazing for Team LYNX, but it ends up pretty rough.
I mean, you have to picture how are you supposed to drag yourself back into the game, right? If you are on the Team LYNX side, like how? Like how are you gonna win that one important team fight? Not by having Vladik lassoed, into the enemy team. That's definitely not it.
Yeah, this does not have the makings for success, especially with Jesu now being looked at. Sonic Wave only connecting onto El Misho. They're focusing down the Terrorblade and he doesn't have any help. Kraker, the blast off comes far too late. You will be able to finish off El Misho, maybe on the other side, Schofield as well, but they can't even get the Queen of Pain out of there. This one is looking very close to the end. Two very one-sided affairs here as Cubify will get chased down, swashed up, and yeah, I'm kind of surprised that LYNX are still hanging on, but maybe they, in somewhere deep down in their America rejects.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, well,
I
mean, we have
my
living
word
proof of that.
entirely, bro.
We're seeing proof of that because the LYNXers, unfortunately, are not really reacting well enough in this game. Vladik just has to stand his ground. Jesu here, he's popped the Metamorphosis, but he doesn't even have really much legs to stand on. Here comes the Thwash in. Jesu needs to find a Sunder. Can't even get it because he's busy being lassoed up. Cubify caught out and noted in the tree line. All you can offer on the Queen of Pain is a Sonic Wave from the south before you continue retreating in that direction. Die back on the techies. Die back on the techies. I think what's a little confusing to me is why they haven't called GG yet. No disrespect, of course, but unless a catastrophic disaster happens and then 4 more catastrophic disasters happen, I feel like they got this one in the bag. Like a 37k goal lead is pretty insane. The Techies doesn't have this part of the base mined up as well. And Crimson Guard's barely gonna do shit. Maybe he started to try. Lasso out, El Misho looking for a better target. Didn't want to lasso the Underlord because he was already dead. Can't identify the right Terrorblade though. They get a big scream onto Wits. He's dropping low and Meloju will come back, finish the job onto 2. But the silence now. He doesn't have any defensive items, which means he's locked up and killed. Buyback there from the Underlord doesn't do jack while Dark Mago's dealing with the front line. Who did they toss in there? Frank, a flying fish. Not something you see every day. You need to look for the Sunder back into the base though, saved by the Solar Crest. I mean, still, all you really found is the kill onto Wits' Aegis. And now Frank will jump back in with his BKB, swash up with the physical, and finally, the Gs are dropped. At least you get a cheeky Sunder, but you're still gonna die anyway. Yeah, this was one-sided as hell. So far, 2 very one-sided games. South America Rejects, understandably, not willing to go down without a fight.
That can only mean one thing, right? Of the Guardian Sprint, what, 2 seconds, right? Or what, 1.5 seconds, something like that. It's very annoying. It hard counters Venomancer. And Team LYNX, all team fight, Sand King, Tidehunter, Venomancer. But way back, whereas bot lane, I guess we were talking about how worried we were, like how much the Venom needs to do in this LC Skyraft lane. And he is doing enough. He is the bodyguard that nobody expects him to be. He's not jungling.
He is
He's
not.
killing heroes.
Against the odds, he's not jungling. Schofield tried to go for the kill on Jesu, but gets shot down. Nice plays there from the LYNX duo in the bot lane to get themselves the advantage. And meanwhile, top lane, looks like Wits got hunted down as well. Elmisha's going to try and hide in the tree lines, try for a return, but the Mistwood's Wayfarer working against him. Cubify might just survive this. No, the last second Fairy Fire. Vladik had the mana for a gush, but deciding to back up instead. There was the risk of the SF coming in, and he respects that.
Man, why did he not try his happily farming away?
Darkmago has been forced to play on the other side of the lane because of this sandstorm. But now that's going to open up the path for Cubify for a nice rotation. Still with Burrow Strike. Don't really seem to have the damage into this fish point in the river though. He's going to turn things around. Crush out onto Cubify. Treant Protector's finally going to get some mileage out of that blood grenade. And Mellow Jewel still being healed up. He's going to survive. Mellow Jewel will go down. Sandstorm subsides. And the fish will stand supreme.
Yeah. The fish is here. Darkmago's behind.
It's a bit late is the problem. Darkmago with the wraparound play. Frank's gonna dodge the bullet. Now looking towards the Muerta. They know she doesn't have the Pierce the Veil, and those two supports, they're gonna have to give up their carry. Nice bait play there from Frank.
Very big kill there. And
I still be looking for ball.
Amisha picks up the Invis rune, so they don't even lose the rune, and Cracker is dead.
Go for a second one. Line it up for Darkmago. He's not gonna get the crush, but Frank, much needed recovery gold for him. And we don't know shit. I'm sure Frank would hope that he can see 5 minutes into the future right now because he's so far behind. He's plenty more than 5 seconds. Here's Frank making a beeline for this Muerta, but now the kill gets hard with the Pierce the Veil popped. Mago being relatively saved by the shield, but Mellow Jewel coming in for the counter. Here's Wits from the Twin Gates. They still will find Jesu though. The full wraparound now trying to salvage their Slardar. They can't chase up to him on the high ground, especially not with the living armor. Looks like Cracker will be easy pickings as well. Slowly but surely worked down. Mellow Jewel still being spotted. Wits gonna get surrounded though from out of nowhere. Big Ravage. Vladik has shown up and Wits will go down, but his Death Requiem doing a lot to Mellow Jewel. Still hiding under the cover of the Invis, but he's spotted by the Corrosive Haze. Overgrowth comes out. The problem is, they don't really have a lot of ways to dump damage into this Sand King. He's still hiding with the backup of his bodyguards left and right, and they can't bring it in. Mellow Jewel will be able to blink out and survive. Darkmago will take down Cubify, but Frank still trying to make a beeline in. Gets the duel off with the Blade Mail. This Muerta is about to shoot herself to bits. But they can't find the last hit at the moment. Frank will finally get it, but he ends up getting tagged by the Venomancer. Still managing to survive for so long ago. Not getting Mellow Jewel because of the Ash Legion shield. And Mellow Jewel will get the last touch. Ends up being an ultra kill for the Tidehunter. And this Sand King, he was dancing all over them the whole damn time. Is Frank actually coming in like this?
Frank the tank, he needs the duel. Give him the duel.
He needs a crush is what he needs. Mago needs to find the angle. But here comes the TPs again. Wits, you gotta watch yourself. You're running into a trap. The silence is there. Epicenter out onto Frank. He's not able to get the duel. He's taking far too much damage. Requiem pushing them away though. All the heroes on LYNX are far too low. And they'll find Mellow Jewel. This time round, the Sand King won't be able to dance his way out of this one. And Sa will overwhelm them in the bot lane. Second time's the charm. I think a little bit too much gold in this current meta game.
Why do you remember everything that contradicts what I'm saying?
You'll be surprised to know that it happens very often. Here comes a jump in. Elmisho in some trouble. The full commitment in. Ravage will stop Frank in his tracks. Mago with a counter crush though. Pretty nicely done, and in comes the SF. Finds himself inside the silence, so he couldn't wind up the Requiem. That's a little bit awkward. Losing the Tidehunter, but the Sand King managing to survive. LYNX still feeling confident to try and siege this tier 1. They know it's a 3v4.
Wits has BKB on his career. So this is actually maybe still a fight, for the South American reject side.
Absolutely not, because Wits is not even there. Wits has decided to go farm up in the top lane. They don't want to take this fight, but Schofield and Mago are still sticking around, strangely. Now you'll TP in on the Treant, but Wits already made the call that he wasn't wanting to participate. So I'm not really sure what that was about.
No.
The rejects, they are doing a good job at sweeping the map, keeping this advantage.
They do. Oh no, they want the Muerta.
They're playing it chill.
Bro, was that intentional or he was just trying to run away?
I think he was trying to run away. BKB up, but you don't got the vision, so you resort to the Requiem, push him out of the Sandstorm and raise him down. Wits, what a play there from the Shadow Fiend. Now Tidehunter's gonna blink in as well. I'm not too sure about this one. Another crush, another duel, and they'll find themselves the gem to boot. Cubify can't even run back to his tower. This is looking like a smash and a half. South America Rejects, they are doing it here. They might have lost game number 1, but they were just waking up. Even with this LC pick, they're making it work, and they're going to the Roche for free.
Bro, it's not even a sacrifice. It's just fucking 50 gold, you know, like...
No, I'm not talking about the sacrifices. I'm talking about just getting into that position to actually do what without being punished. Because, as we can see, Sa, they have an insanely pick-off-centric draft. BKB TP, that's the Nightfall out. Really nicely done from Frank. Yeah, because the thing is, you see, you walk up and you try and D-ward, and then you instantly die. So yeah, okay, you got a D-ward off.
Yeah, but that's also because you look at the... There's another deep ward beside the tier 2, right? Like the... Okay, they see the Sand King, they're gonna jump on there. It's just too much.
You have to BKB on the Muerta. Has to BKB if he wants to get away from Wits. Shadow blading up, looking for the auto attacks. He has the barrel strike out. Wits still very strong, ready to put the hurt out, and he manages to do so. Schofield goes down, but we go in with another crush, another kill. And only Vladik able to TP out, but doesn't even have that privilege. They get wiped.
And again, you know, the wards just seeing everything. They see the Sand King, they see the Muerta, they see everything. The South American Reject side, they know precisely how many heroes are in the area and where they are location-wise, and they just...
Who are you talking to? Who are you asking to stop?
Stop bullying the supports, Dark Margo. Enough is enough.
Oh my goodness, wait, he's just in the damage! Oh, Shadow Fiend! He's making them pay for it. He is really doing a number on them. Dark Margo onto the back line. You guys have Ghost Scepter, but that just means you fall to the Mystic Flare even faster. And now Schofield, he can spam you out in the fountain. He can just keep this going for days. They don't have to. South America Rejects back on their target. Straight into the fountain. Why not? And GG is called. Unfortunately, we'll have to say goodbye to LYNX as South America Rejects. They'll keep themselves alive here in Division 2 and continue their lower bracket run.
They live to fight another day, you know, after the disastrous game.